Can you be hypnotized to do something against your morals? The answer is yes. Yeah, the people can be hypnotized without their knowledge and against their will.
The true question is, can it be done without your awareness or your consent? And the answer is 100% absolutely.
People often say you can't be hypnotized to do something against your morals. It's repeated in training rooms, classrooms, and the media, as if it's fact, but it isn't. In this video, we're going to look at where that idea came from, what scientific research actually shows, and what it means for the way hypnosis should be practiced. We'll also talk about how hypnosis can be used safely and professionally when it's done correctly. The statement, you can't be hypnotized to do something against your morals, didn't come from research. It was created to make hypnosis sound safe to the public. After early stage shows and legal debates, hypnotists and training schools wanted to protect their reputation. So they simplified the message, you're always in control.
1, 2, 3.
Watch as 59-year-old Michael Fine puts the woman into a trance without her knowledge or consent, saying it's just a breathing exercise.
Let's take a deep breath.
But Fine uses his hypnosis to make the woman walk over to the couch where he initiates a sexual encounter.
Your entire body is a vessel of pleasure.
In early laboratory studies, participants didn't commit crimes under hypnosis, so it was assumed hypnosis couldn't override morality. But those same studies showed something important that often gets ignored. People were willing to follow unusual, even extreme instructions if the situation felt acceptable or logical. They might sing, shout, or act strangely, not because they'd lost morals or control, but because the context felt normal. The hypnotist created a setup where the action seemed appropriate. So hypnosis didn't remove morality, it redirected behaviour through context and expectation. When the setup changes, what feels right or wrong changes with it. You can't hypnotise someone to knowingly do something they believe is wrong. But if you change what they believe is happening, their automatic system reacts to that belief. For instance, if I ask you to shoot your partner under hypnosis, that's something you likely wouldn't do. It's against your moral code. However, if I say that your partner is on fire and I have given you a water gun and you believe that set of circumstances, you would pull the trigger. If a person believes they're helping, protecting, or performing a harmless task, they'll act accordingly, even if from the outside it looks like something completely different. Their moral compass hasn't changed. It's responding to what they've accepted is a real situation. And that's how hypnosis works. It influences belief first, behaviour second. It doesn't delete morality, it bypasses conscious reasoning just long enough for the automatic responses to take over. That's why understanding suggestion and setup is so important. Not to manipulate, but to protect. The science bit. Neuroscientists at Stanford University scanned volunteers while they were hypnotized. They found that the brain doesn't switch off. It changes how different parts communicate. The area involved in analysing and judging, the dorsal anterior cingulate, becomes quieter. At the same time, the areas linking thought and physical response, the prefrontal cortex and the insula, became more connected. In simple terms, the part that questions slows down and the part that acts speeds up. That's why hypnotic responses feel automatic. Hypnosis isn't imagination or role play. It's a reasonable state where attention and response systems are working differently. That's also why hypnosis can produce such fast and powerful results. It speaks directly to the systems that drive action. When understood and used correctly, hypnosis is one of the most effective tools in modern therapy. Done correctly means a structured process, informed consent, and a trained practitioner who understands both the psychology and the ethics behind it. The British Psychological Society and the American Psychological Association and the NHS all recognise hypnosis as evidence-based when carried out by qualified professionals. Research shows it can reduce pain, speed recovery, and help long-term habits. So the risk doesn't lie in hypnosis itself, it lies in poor practice. Just like a scalpel in a surgeon's hands can create miracles, in the wrong hands, it can do harm. The same process that can help someone overcome trauma can also cause distress if used carelessly or without training. The difference is skill, understanding, and ethics. Every hypnotist should hold influence. That influence can change lives or cause harm. Ethical practice means understanding the responsibility that comes with that influence, clear communication, professional boundaries, and the ability to recognise when hypnosis should not be used. We've all seen examples where those boundaries were ignored. That doesn't mean hypnosis is unsafe, it means someone used it irresponsibly.
He initiates a sexual encounter.
Your entire body is a vessel of pleasure.
Before awakening her and acting like nothing ever happened.
Okay, so we have some papers to go over.
That's when police bust in and nab him.
Police officers, step over here.
Yes, sir.
Power without ethics is dangerous. Ethics without skill is ineffective. Professional hypnotherapists need both. Hypnosis is both a science and an art. The science explains what happens in the mind and the body. The art decides how effectively it happens. Two practitioners can use the same words and get completely different results. It's all down to tone, timing, and confidence that makes the difference. That's why hypnosis isn't about memorizing script. It's about understanding people. A good hypnotist doesn't just say the right words, they create the right environment for change. Keeping hypnosis safe comes from education and honesty. Clients need to understand what hypnosis really is and what it isn't. Practitioners need proper training, supervision, and ongoing professional development. When hypnosis is taught and explained properly, it's safe, predictable, and effective. When myths and half-truths replace facts, it becomes risky. And transparency builds trust, and trust builds credibility. That's what keeps hypnosis safe for both the public and professionals. So yes, a person can be hypnotised to do something that is against their morals or their will, if the situation they believe they're in feels justified. It's not magic, it's psychology. The mind acts on what it accepts as true. Hypnosis works with a part of the brain that reacts before it reasons, which is why it's so effective and why it must always be handled with care. Hypnosis, when done right, is so powerful. It helps people recover, change habits, move forward. Used badly, it damages trust and confidence. So it's time to stop repeating myths and start teaching the truth. Hypnosis is powerful, precise, entirely safe when done correctly. And that's exactly how it should be used. If you found this useful, don't forget to subscribe, comment, or share.